Hello everyone, this is Kuroda coming at you, giving you game 1 in a series. It is going to be WarchiefRich and Lucifer. Lucifer spawning as the gray undead on the top right hand side of Amazonia. Meanwhile, on the bottom left, we have WarchiefRich spawning as the red night elf. Now, I am suffering a little bit of a sore throat. All of a sudden just woke up with it this morning. Not quite sure what happened, but hopefully I'll be able to get through these casts and get on my merry way. Currently running at 4 times speed. You can see Ancient of War is going to be popping up over here, training up that archer. Most likely it will be a Demon Hunter versus a Death Knight. Death Knight is a little bit delayed, and we'll see the number of ghouls that will be coming out from Lucifer. Now, Lucifer looks like he is going to be going for a heavy ghoul strategy. There's the Tomb of Relics. I don't see a graveyard, and if he does grab Unholy Aura first, which he does, it is going to be a very, very heavy ghoul rush strategy. After clearing out the Renegade Wizard creep camp. Alright, so interestingly enough, he is purposely went Unholy Aura first, even though he is not trying to rush across the map. I'm not quite sure if I agree with this, but if he gets to level 2 faster, then all power to him. Meanwhile, back down over here, you can see a poor Wisp trying to make its way over. It looks like it will end up surviving. Wow, 3 hit points. One more shot from a ghoul would have taken it down. Meanwhile, back over here, the Death Knight is now bringing himself over to finish off this rogue and pick up that last item. Demon Hunter, on the other hand, has a Circlet of Nobility, has Gauntlets of Ogre Strength, and a Slippers of Agility. 3 very, very strong items for the Demon Hunter already. That additional strength giving him more hit points, the additional agility giving him more armor and higher attack damage. Very, very useful right there, as the Demon Hunter wants to get to level 3 in order to mana burn the Death Knight and the eventual Naga Sea Witch or Lich. Back across over here, the Demon Hunter is going to pretty much do a quick gut check and see the number of ghouls. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he does go into a Panda. Whenever you see a large number of ghouls rush in like that, Panda is generally your best bet with Breath of Fire, taking down the large number of units that generally just clump together. Now, Demon Hunter making its way back off to the north, wants to get to level 3. If it can get to level 3, it can really start shutting out the other units there. Alright, it looks like we made Fox shaky, was lagging the game and caused a little bit of problems there. There's a mana burn, Death Knight. Demon Hunter not really at level 3. Are we going to get a detonation there? Oh, there's the detonation, and the Demon Hunter does get a little bit more experience once more. Alright, oh, an accidental bash coming in from the Kobold Taskmaster, getting in a little bit of extra luck right there. Death Knight now down to 83 mana. One more mana burn may be all it takes to shut down the Death Knight and any of those death coils, as we are now getting this fight underway. Demon Hunter, is it going to go ahead and try and finish things off? Ends up getting surrounded right there. Archers are going to come back over, perhaps get in a couple of easy shots. Ghoul now taking a little bit of damage, and that Ghoul will be forced to retreat. Demon Hunter does not have boots of speed. Ghoul trying to get away. The Death Knight able to body block, get in position. Beautifully done, as Lucifer able to keep that one ghoul alive and pressure that Demon Hunter away. Now we are almost at tier 2, so we could see a quick pickup of, is that going to give level 3? Wow. Level 3 pretty much on the money right there. 504 experience. Demon Hunter now going to run all the way back, drop the Circlet of Nobility, drop the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength, heal back up. We may be picking up a Panda here in just a moment. Meanwhile, I thought that was a Lich already. Nope, Lich is not yet out, as the Black Citadel is now being upgraded already. There is that Panda, which I was expecting moments ago, and you can see that the illusion ended up taking a mana burn away from that Demon Hunter. Very, very easy right there, as the Panda now wants to try and get to level 2. Panda at level 2, I'm probably going to get Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire as a steal now coming in there. But the Panda looks like it ended up getting the experience, so not quite sure how that happened there. Purposely taking down the Wand of Illusion, Death Knight, just to deny any sort of sight. Meanwhile, back over here, the Demon Hunter does spot the opponent, mana burns the Death Knight before the Death Coil could go down. And now that Death Knight needs to consider its options. Back over here, Slaughterhouse now coming into play. Lich now being added as well. We should be going into Black Citadel with that Orb of Corruption momentarily, as the Panda sitting at level 2 also has a Sentry Ward in the center portion of the map, which will give him any sort of information through this main thoroughfare. Back across the map, Demon Hunter now scouting out the top right-hand side. You can see the Death Knight taking a lot more damage than he would really like to, and that's going to slow him down a bit until he can get that Obsidian statue. The mana burn's really taking a big chunk out of him there. A little bit more lumber was added since he did pull all of his ghouls off in order to fight. He was a little bit lumber struck for a short amount of time, not able to train up that Lich. That Lich is finally out. Lich does not have an Orb of Corruption, surprisingly. The Tomb of Relics is right there, and I believe he had enough gold. He may be doing a return trip here in just a moment, as the Lich going to go ahead and finish off that level 5 creep there. All right, Death Knight doing a little bit more creeping here. Lich is going to have to really pick up an additional item. Obsidian statue now going to be doing a bit of healing, as well as the Panda already at level 2 may be able to get to level 3. And if it does hit level 3, the transition from ghouls will have to be very, very drastic. We already see 10 supply on ghouls there, plus an additional 3 back over here. So 13 ghouls in play. Now, the big issue is also, are we really going to see that many bears? Bears are a very, very strong unit, but do tend to get eaten alive by destroyers. That magic damage plus the Devour magic making Roar pretty much useless, and in addition, the rejuvenation as well. That rejuvenation does become useless unless you are just sitting inside your base. Back across the map, you can see the Obsidian statues giving mana now. Lich does have that Orb of Corruption, and there you have it. You saw a Dust of Appearance being used. Not quite sure why he used it during daytime, perhaps expecting that there was a ward somewhere and wanting to make sure that he didn't give just free information. Mana burns onto the Obsidian statues. Mechanical units are able to heal off of the Death Knight's Unholy Aura. If you didn't know, oh, beautiful, beautiful nuke right there. You can see the damage is already being added up. There's the rejuvenation now going after the ghoul. Level 3 now on the Panda. Panda may end up doing a little bit of damage there, but the nuke coming in from the Lich giving level 2. Breath of Fire now comes across. There goes a bear. Both sides losing a lot of units, as you can see. But what is going to end up happening? Another ghoul does get taken down, and I really think you should have been going after the Druids of the Claw instead of that Panda. The Druid of the Claw were in Druid form, so they only had 500 hit points, minus that -5 armor, and the Druids of the Claw would have been suffering so much more damage. You may have been able to take one more Druid of the Claw out, or at least force him to regenerate and waste another rejuvenation. Panda was in really no threat of falling down at all, as the Lich is in a very, very good spot right here with that Death Knight. Level 3 on the Death Knight, level 2 on that Lich. Going to finish off, pick up some good items here. However, Panda pretty much doing the same exact thing on the bottom side of the map. If he is not engaging against those destroyers, those bears are very strong, as we see another rejuvenation go down on that Panda. Panda already maxed out on mana, and with a wand of mana stealing, going to be able to deny mana from that Lich, in addition to the mana burn that should be coming out here in just a moment. Panda going to be getting to level 4 off of this 5-5-5-1 or 2-2 creep camp. That is a very high level creep camp indeed. Panda could even just Breath of Fire here, since he is maxed out on mana. Not quite sure why he isn't doing that, as we see both sides still doing the creep war. Now, normally, in most cases, the Undead generally wants these longer stages of creeping, and we'll see if that is going to be the case here. Let's take a look. We are going into a Destroyer form. We are going into a Boneyard, but the army is rather small, 44 over 50 compared to 50 over 60 with 500 in the bank. All right, let's go ahead and finish things off here. The previous fight did go very, very well in favor of the Night Elf, as we are now seeing improved bows being added. All right, improved bows. I have not seen improved bows being researched in quite some time, since archers are generally not a favored late game unit. Dryads are usually the transitioned unit away, but we'll see how all of this goes down here. The archers do deal a little bit better against, well, I wouldn't say they're better against destroyers, since destroyers can actually hit them, as the Dryads are now pulling back the units. Are we going to see a boulder? I would have expected a boulder to come in here. If the Panda can get to level 5, that is going to really flip the script, as a level 3 Breath of Fire is really going to just shut down even the higher hit point Crypt Fiends in those fights, and also those Obsidian statues. There goes another unit there. Panda taking a boulder to the head, picks up the tome. We are going to continue to see this fight here. Panda having plenty of mana. Demon Hunter off over here as well. And both sides really just playing Creep Wars 2015, as he stabs the preservations, the Demon Hunter, away purposely to try and get higher level. That does make a lot of sense. A level 4 Demon Hunter is not nearly as powerful as a level 5 Panda, so he did get a little bit of extra experience right there, and we'll see if that Panda does get to level 5, what that is going to have in terms of the outcome. All right, Tome now picked up. We see 1 Frostworm. Supply count should be, at 50 with 700 gold compared to 55 with 600 gold. There is a little bit of upkeep on WarchiefRich's side, and we'll see if that comes back to haunt him, or whether or not that additional 5 supply worth of units is worth the taxation. We are now heading back off to the north over here. Dryads, 17 over 19 damage. Archers with... What? No? I thought I saw improved bows, but I don't see that research continuing right now, and I don't see any increase... Well, is it increase on range? All right, is it 500 to 700? I'm trying to remember all of these stats. Yeah, it might be 700. So the archers just maybe so far back out now that they're very difficult to take out. Yeah, further range than a Crypt Fiend, further range than most units. In fact, let's take a look. Yeah, range is very shallow on Frostworms. And where are those destroyers? I still don't see them. All right, a Shade keeping track of all the units here. Panda does not have a Sentry Ward placed down. Oh, Breath of Fire. Oh, he purposely Breath of Fire nothing, hoping to hit the Shade. Perhaps thinking that the Shade may have been following another unit there. Panda still has plenty of mana to go, though. And we're going to now see a little bit of an engagement here. If he Breath of Fire across the other units, most likely WarchiefRich or Lucifer knows not to keep the units close to where it may accidentally get splashed at all, as we now have a Hippogriff in the air. All right, Hippogriffs in the air. Ancient of Winds training up Hippogriffs to try and poke down these Frostworms. Frostworms do not have anti-air attack, but then again, as long as the Crypt Fiends have web, which we now see being researched, that those Hippogriffs are not going to be able to do very much damage at all. All right, Hippogriffs still up in the air off over here. Let's take a look at what's going to be happening. Both sides just keeping each other at bay just a little bit. 78 compared to 61. Archers not joining in on that fight. Not quite sure what's going on at all, as the Shade's now still wandering around here. All right, we're looking at perhaps an upcoming fight here that for everything, both sides look like they are ready to go. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Panda now off to the side here. There is some damage, and there is some easy mana burns already. Hippogriffs getting webbed down already. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, and it looks like, yes, already the Frostworm, first one taken down. Panda now sitting at level 5, may get off a level 2 Breath of Fire, or level 3 Breath of Fire. There goes another Frostworm, and yeah, the Frostworm is just completely destroyed in a matter of seconds. Death Knight in that front line. Demon Hunter now at level 4. And I think this is pretty much going to be it. That Panda with that level 3 Breath of Fire just finishing unit after unit after unit. And he was not ready for that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.